Mm.
Good evening. Good evening to all of you, and thank you all for being here. I am genuinely happy that you're here, both to the table and to our viewers. Thank you very much. We are the Menace Futile, and we appreciate you spending your Friday night with us as we continue for This is episode 5 ish.
Yes. 5.
For episode 5 of our exploration of the Risen War.
Doesn't feel like only session 5, man. Technically it's 6. Are we counting 0?
Most
No.
everybody died in 0.
Yeah.
You index at 0, you count
The
at 1.
prelude.
Ah. Boffin's not dead.
Boffin's not dead.
That's true. As we all now know.
Oh no, being honest with your new friends. Wow.
So far, our party has met in the city of Gatewatch. Most of the party met in the city of Gatewatch, where the Mad King Morvain had his undead shock troops shipped in crates, and sent in a necromancer to finish the job, bring most of the populace that was killed in the initial wave back to life as zombies, and then storming through the town. Our party, they have not yet earned the title of heroes, managed to escape the town, to escape the city of Gatewatch, the border city of Gatewatch, rescuing those that they could, and getting out of town. It was a lost cause.
Out of Gatewatch.
Getting out of Dodge.
Even the other members of the Grim Knights, an order of mostly paladins who oppose undead in all of its forms, decided that it was time to leave. So, left they did. They took up shelter at the Lamont farm, which is Marius, the traveling merchant, played by Rai. His family's farm. Stayed there overnight, where they met Boffin, played by Jade, who had been hanging out helping Marius' drunk father, who is currently missing, maintain the farm. In town, they had met with Edwin, played by Blue, an escapee from Iron Pinnacle Keep, the seat of power for the Mad King himself. Soliana was there looking for news of her betrothed, I believe?
Fiance.
Fiance.
Same.
Soliana, played by Rose, was looking for news of her fiance, who was one of the previous king's guards, and is definitely not dead and resurrected. And then
Definitely not.
and Gale, played by Zen, was in town trying to drum up support for the Grim Knights. Gale has co-opted the rest of the party by saying we're now going to Tolderon to report this to the Elven capital and maybe get some support before undead start running amok in the land of Valeran.
Exactly.
Traveled down the King's Road for a day or so, stopped at a tavern, warned some people, saw some refugees who said they didn't feel like continuing on, ended up in the town of Lathiel, where they reported to City Watch, who promised to help. Had a bit of a shopping trip, and now it is about lunchtime. We are in the city of Lathiel, and it is a bright, bustling elven tree town around you. You have just come out, I believe, of the shop there.
Barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah, came out of barking up the wrong tree, run by a gnome, and
And her massive dog.
her massive dog.
Often got harassed.
Boffin,
All
Boffin,
slobbery.
Boffin got loved.
Got slobbered.
He got slimed!
Basically.
And they'll be able to retrieve their purchases in the evening. But now it is lunchtime. The rest of the day is yours. What would you like to do?
And if it's lunchtime, you can't skip lunch. Like, who does that?
No, never. Y'all have
Just
to
like
excuse me, my
bottle
voice
or
is
hand
a little
raised.
crackly.
Oh, yeah, and, at least 2 of us are getting over being sick, so...
Pardon any
sinuses just hate
squeaky,
me.
pardon squeaky voices and cracking tones.
Squeaky, squeaky.
Well,
Weird.
with that shopping bit done, we should probably look around for somewhere to get a bite to eat, and maybe find some rooms to rest for the night.
Because Gail mentioned the barracks were going to be a bit harsh.
That's prime living. I don't know what you're talking about.
She did say that.
Okay, I guess before we head out, I guess we can ask our friendly storekeep here if she has any recommendations on where to go.
There's an idea. Excuse me, ma'am. Where are some of the best places to eat, and where are some good places, some good taverns around here? Any recommendations?
Do you want taverns? Or do you want good food? Do you want beer food? Or do you want food?
That's true. I guess
We'll-
nothing says we
we'll
have
take-
to eat and
We'll take
stay.
recommendations for both.
Is there a difference?
I mean, I would prefer good food, but we do need a place to stay tonight.
It's
We'll
a
take
common
recommendations for both.
misconception from travelers that taverns are also places to sleep. A place to sleep would be an inn. A tavern sells drink.
Some of them do both.
If you want... If you want good food, I recommend the spiced pine cone. It's much less sharp than it sounds. If you want bar food, the oaken bow is perhaps the best. And actually, I think they have beds too. Oh, look at me being
Convenient.
wrong. Maybe. But I don't remember.
That's convenient.
Not off
Alright.
my bed, but it's taken.
Right.
Pine cone and bow, thank you.
Thank you.
Right.
Okay. No much eccentricities, I suppose. Nothing against that. Just, I'm not used to it at all.
Can you get used to it?
Shall we?
And I am a bit peckish.
Well, we know what both are now, so I suppose, do we want to sit down for a decent meal?
I suppose we could.
Salute.
Alright, so... spiced pine cone?
So Gail's already kind of keeping an eye for signs, and just she is looking a little confused at trying to navigate a larger elven city.
Are there levels? Do we go up?
We might have to.
How do these work?
Where do these stairs
Soliana
go?
has
What are stairs?
Been through these sorts of towns before, but whether or not she, is used to them is a different story.
Soliana, have your travels brought you through Lathiel yet?
Probably, yeah.
Alright.
She's been up and down the King's Road a couple times.
Roll a history check for me, please.
Oh boy! I get to roll a dice.
First roll of the night.
Dun dun dun, no pressure.
Ooh!
Alright, not terrible.
9.
It's pretty terrible.
It's a 9.
It's not
Solid
great.
9.
It's not a 1. Soliana, you're starting out, you actually think you know where this place is? You're pretty
Okay.
sure. You're pretty sure you stay in the trees. You head across, and then down, and then across again, and then a left, and then a right, and you're pretty sure you're there.
Pretty sure I know where to go.
Pretty sure?
I'll lead the way then.
I mean, I've been through here a few times. I'm pretty sure I've heard of this place.
That's more than I've
Yeah,
been
exactly.
here in recent times.
Yeah, let's follow the 9 on the history check roll.
Last time, listen,
Woo!
last time I came through here, it was with my grandma, and I was a kid. So
I'd say
alternatively, we could ask somebody.
Local help always the best help.
Just a matter of finding someone to ask.
I think it's this way.
Excuse me, sir.
All right, we'll follow you, Sully, and and then we'll ask if we seem to be getting lost.
Okay.
What the hey? It'll be nice to see the city.
I'll be able to get our bearings a bit.
So
All right.
you set off, and one of the first things you notice is that the rope bridges are not rope. It looks like vines have been grown from the tree to form the rails and the struts that hold the planks in place. And also, they don't sway nearly as much as you would think they would. They're actually pretty darn sturdy. They're wide enough that 2 can walk abreast, or you can walk in single file if somebody's going the other direction. You learn very quickly that it's polite to walk on the right, generally speaking. Slowly, you go across, around, left, you think. There's no right. Or is there no left?
No, it was left then right.
Go back, and then you go left. There's a right, but now you're on the ground.
Just gonna lean over to Gale. Like, well, we'll get there eventually.
Gail's just gonna shrug.
There's an antique shop by you. It doesn't smell like food.
No.
It smells
Sounds
like
old stuff.
old stuff
Antiques.
and strawberry candies, like the kind of slightly stale strawberry candies.
The hard strawberry candy.
Grandma's candy.
Grandma candy.
It smells like
Grandma
grandma's pocket candy.
They're no longer sticky.
Boffin, it's
Okay, I
getting
said
past noon.
I said I thought. In my defense.
Well, you did your darndest.
You
I
try.
appreciate you.
No
did-
harm in asking someone.
Soliana basically just went, we don't have to ask for directions, I know where I'm going.
But yes, alas, it is lunchtime, and we do need to get lunch. So yeah, I think it is time we ask
The rumbling stomach.
Right.
There are plenty of people walking around having a good old time. What sort of person are you going to go after?
Anyone?
City Watch, there's... You just going to stop a random person?
Not random persons. More fun that way.
Store, let's not. Oh, all right.
Gail's gonna just kind of let
What were
this
you going to say,
happen.
Boffin?
No, I was just going to say we're right by the antique store. We could ask that person.
Oh, don't forget to ask their name.
Okay, so are we stopping a random person, or are we going into the antique store? Oh, got
Perhaps
it.
random person will be fat. Oh no.
Alright, so... Who's stopping a person? Is that Edwin?
I guess.
Okay. Edwin,
Just flag down a person. It's just, hey, do you know where such and such place is?
you stop a young woman who gives you a look up and down, and the spiced pine cone. You're on the wrong side of town, you know that, right?
We were following old directions.
Oh, well, the directions have always been you stay on the ground, you follow this road until it curves to the right, and she gives you fairly simple directions to the spiced pine cone. Turns out it was basically across the road from the store you started in.
we
Stephen
should have
looked at his
we should have
solely on
asked
us
for no
like, how the
direction.
hell did we get over here?
Yeah, that was our bad
Yeah.
for only asking for recommendations and not asking also for directions in the first place.
Boffin, did you actually want to go into the antique store to ask her? Do you just want to
Uh,
take what's
well,
been...
I guess, and if Bofton notices that Edwin flags someone down, and he will ask us like, all right, what about the Oak and Bow? Is that nearby?
That's over there.
Is she pointing to somewhere
It's
nearby?
there's like you can see the sign for it through beyond two buildings.
Right, change the plans, everyone. We're going to the Oak and Bow.
Oh, I was thinking about this place. Okay. You
Yeah,
guys
sure, we'll
didn't
go
tell
ahead.
me which one we were trying to go to, clearly.
Yes,
Just a pat on her shoulder.
they did. You were the one who
It's
wanted to go there.
That's fine.
Tourists. Walks off.
Yep. Yep. All right then, shall we?
Yes.
Okay, Sully.
Bofton's like already walking as soon as like we established like no one complained that that's not where we were planning on going.
Okay, so
Bar food it is. Woo.
all right. The Oaken Bough is you approach this tree. It, like many other buildings here, was grown into what it is. There is a long spiral stair going all the way up this tree, up to the very boughs, which appear to almost cradle a round structure. It's a bit of a climb. Probably a good 20 feet up. So, make your way up. Takes you not that long, frankly. 20 feet's not that high in stair world. And when you come to the entrance, there's a trapdoor above you, and a sign nailed up against the trapdoor. It says the Oaken Bough. And as you push it open, kind of swings with a bit of a creak. Open. Come up through, and it is a round room, kind of homey. Lights filtering through a natural branch roof above. You don't know how they keep the rain out when it rains, but yeah, there's a almost like a hibachi pit in the middle, held by the boughs of this tree. There's a bar that wraps around it with chairs, and then there's several tables all over the place. There's a bar that wraps...
Oh.
Yeah, this will do nice.
Found us a table.
Well, this is new.
It smells a bit like grease and beer. But elven beer, so kind of posh. Smells a bit like grease and beer.
Now this fine establishment.
Elven beer, so kind of posh. Rye, I am hearing myself through your microphone, and
Now this.
Gotta mute,
My
please.
apologies.
Gotta mute Twitch.
I don't like hearing myself on the best of days.
I like hearing it all the time.
Yeah, I guess we'll go find a table.
Later. Alright, so it's only moderately occupied. You find yourself a table relatively easily. And a elven woman approaches. And, I'm not even gonna try. I can't with my throat the way it is. Welcome to the Oaken Bow. Here for lunch, or did somebody get broken up with? Are you drinking early? Or both? Both?
No, we're here for lunch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, lunch.
I will take a whiskey on ice, though.
No, it's not. Oh, that
Fair
sounds
enough.
lovely. Could we do 2?
I am happy to oblige. Are you okay? Oh, welcome to the Oaken Bow. I'm Helena. I'll be your server. Just let me know if you need anything today. Okay, 2 whiskeys on ice.
Yeah, sure. To drinks be lovely too.
Okay. Does anybody want anything less strong than whiskey? I've got ale, I've got wine, I've got coffee, I've got water,
I'll take a coffee.
coffee, okay,
Please.
I'll take some wine.
wine, alright. We have a lovely, we have a lovely golden hag, Sauvignon Blanc today.
Interesting, me.
Coffee, very good. And,
Yeah, I'll happily take that recommendation.
alright.
Does it go with espresso?
Oh, having a day.
Sauvignon Blanc.
Oh, no, that's just normal.
I'll just have an ale.
Alright, hammered candle it is. Okay, and today our special is steamed ham with a salad, or blackened chicken and red lettuce salad. Or, if you're really feeling it, we have lard fried chicken strips.
Oh, hell yeah, they got chicken nuggies.
Lard
I
fried.
think the first dish sounds lovely, but a side of the chicken as well would be lovely.
Offering them chicken nuggies. He's the shortest one.
I'll take the blackened.
Same for me. I'll have the blackened chicken.
I'll have the ham.
Ham as well, I guess, please.
And shortly, Gale, you have your ale. It is I'm definitely not cheating for this. It is a blonde ale. It's kind of bitter. The wine is, it is a white wine, kind of appropriate for an afternoon sort of, afternoon kind of relaxing wine. It's sweet, fruity, has a slight green look to it, like it's literally green, but it tastes not green. The whiskey it's a barley whiskey, and it has, the only way I can describe the flavor, it's very strong flavor, but it's almost nervous, like it almost gives you you gotta do, there's something you gotta do, you're doing something, you get just it dances on your tongue a little bit.
It lingers. It's
Okay.
She brings out a couple of bread bowls and some oil for dipping.
ooh, bread bowl. Bread.
Thank you.
Of course, let me know if you need anything else.
Will do.
Oh, and Edwin,
Oh.
yours takes a little bit longer to come out.
Coffee.
But she brings out a mug, and this is a very dark coffee. And
Perfect.
as she pours it, she brings the carafe up, and it almost forms a foamy head to it. She said,
See coffee do that.
you wanted an espresso, right? Did you want any water with that?
It's fine.
She's going to quietly put a jar of honey and a jar of cream on the table and walk away.
From the look of that, that might actually kick you out of your seat. I gotta see what happens when you drink that, Edwin.
Edwin, it smells like coffee then some.
It's fine.
A sip of it, and it is
Coffee.
full-bodied flavor. Like, the flavor is on point, but it is strong. This is, you drink a little in the morning and you're good all day strong.
Oh no.
Mm.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Boffin's wine is like the perfect, like,
better
oh,
than I used to.
I'm gonna drink.
Coffee.
Boffin's wine's like, oh, I've had a little bit of social lubricant for a couple of hours. Yours is, I'm retiling a roof this afternoon.
Perfect.
It's very, very strong. You guys do have some time if you want to discuss something.
Why he didn't have coffee this morning?
Yeah, fair enough.
You don't.
Gail's just kind of watching Edwin to see what happens.
Yeah. Same with Soliana.
Edwin, make a constitution save for me.
Oh boy.
Uncle, he's bad at those. Oh, my internet gonna let me. My internet might not let me.
11. Alright. Edwin, you are, do you feel a buzzing in the back of your skull? You are... You lived on coffee, let's be clear, in Iron Pinnacle Keep. Like, you have no small amount of coffee experience. This is the only way you manage to keep yourself working. You're not sure you've been this awake in the last 2-3 years.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
You're pretty sure
Boy.
you can read in you're pretty sure you can read touches right now. You think you might be able to hear flavors. This is good coffee. Like, this is really good coffee. Like, it doesn't even taste gross. I mean, it is 32 hours, or it is 2 weeks of solid 8-hour night sleep in a cup.
Caffeinated.
You pagan.
You don't always take your coffee this strong, right?
I didn't know they made it that strong.
No.
Okay.
My pain is usually as strong as I can get it, but I guess they don't get it from here. Where do they have it to go? Don't give me some of this.
Well, I'm sure we'll be able to find somebody who sells it. Besides here. Like, Gibson and grounds for the road.
Yeah, I might.
Gail's just looking at him. And I imagine he looks very awake.
He looks awake.
I don't think I've seen you this awake at all. In the time that we've... No.
No, you don't look tired all of a sudden.
Yeah, I'm not. It's weird.
You look like you'll never be tired.
Oh no, the crash is gonna suck.
Oh, I see Edwin can predict the future. Didn't know you're the kind of wizard, Edwin.
No, it's just
He's
a
not.
coffee.
He just lives off of coffee.
Maybe just sip the rest of that.
Yeah. Otherwise, I think that'll keep you up all night.
Oh, that wouldn't be the first time either.
I mean,
Oh, this one helps so much.
Edwin, it's not a good thing. You know that, right?
Oh, absolutely not. But you make time with the. No, you don't just. It's fine.
We
if
can
you say so.
we can sleep normally now.
A moment later,
Oh.
plates arrive.
Yay.
The steamed hams soup, salad. It's a you got a vinaigrette dressing, tomato, celery, iceberg, and then ham and cranberries. It's half Thanksgiving dinner, half salad. The blackened chicken is similar, except it's you've got the same vinaigrette with red lettuce and baby artichoke. The chicken is just a little bit. It's a hair over a hair spicy.
Got some
Often
spice to it.
there is a plate of. She said chicken. It might be chicken. That has been dipped in what looks like flour and some sort of breading, some sort of breadcrumbs, coated in some sort of spice. From the smell of it, maybe about 11 of them. And then fried in lard.
Yes. Perfect.
It looks heavy. In the best of ways.
Hey, I wanted something a little extra since lunch was a little late.
Oh, and then she
We
gives...
didn't have 11s, so
Exactly. Right.
They put a little...
Skipping so many meals while we've been on the road.
She puts a little bowl of a sauce next to them, like a spiced mayonnaise sort of sauce. It's almost like a tomato puree added to a mayonnaise and then given like some sort of silly proprietary name. It's kind of peppery, you know.
Ketch isn't.
it's not catch up, it's fall back.
It's oak sauce is what they call it.
Oak sauce. Okay.
So, young Mon, what brought you back to Gatewatch? I understand you've been abroad for some time.
To Mon? To who?
Young Mon is what he said.
Marius.
Marius.
Young Mon. Marius.
Just, traveling around, doing some business. Cell sort ain't too rich a work, but, meet a lot of good people, working for the trade caravans and everything. So, just been wandering around. I'm already on my third pair of boots since leaving.
So I guess were you working when you were in Gatewatch, or you were just finally returning home after some time away?
Well, I guess you could say it was a sort of vacation. It was supposed to be.
Yeah, I imagine that didn't work.
Been on the road for better part of 10 months now, and well, it ain't stopping anytime soon.
No.
That being said, y'all's ain't bad company. I appreciate it.
No, but there is something about going home after being on the road for a while.
There is. There always is.
Speak for yourself. I don't particularly plan on going back myself anytime soon.
Look, can't relate.
Where's home for you then, Boffin?
It's
Ah, yes, illustrious
Actually-
Prince of Halflings. Where?
honestly actually not that far from Marius's home. It's just a hill. It's has more than a few too many halflings in it as it is, so just had to get away from the hustle and bustle of family life.
Fair enough, I suppose. Just got the good old wanderlust, huh?
Yeah, I could say that. Thought I had a good thing going in Villamont, but I mean, hey, guess
Wow.
good things can't last.
Well, when you have a sudden change of power like that.
Honestly, wasn't planning on staying there my whole life either. Hoping to get my own plot of land far away from it all at some point.
That's a pretty good dream right there.
Again, I
Long
kind of have to
plow
kind of start over from scratch. It seems.
Yeah. A lot of people going to be doing that. But that's grim. That's grim thoughts for another time. So,
And it's in the title, isn't it?
Speaking of Grim,
I see what you did there.
what about you, Grim Nat?
What about me?
Where are you from?
I'm from Orlean. Unfortunately, one of the first cities to bend the knee. He marched his entourage through, and it was either swear fealty or die. And
Or get out.
she just kind of says that with a wide grin, but it's pretty joyless.
Well, at least it sounds like it's good
Yeah.
that you were able to get out as well.
I was visiting home at the time. I've actually been a part of the Grim Knights for about 5 years. So I was.
Did you have family in
on a bit
Orleans?
of-
Were they able to get out?
I'm not sure. Grandma lives here in Valerian, but she visited often. The rest of my family, I think they're keeping their heads low right now. My little brother's a bit of a spitfire, though. I hope he keeps his head down before I come back home and knock it for him.
Oh, little brothers.
He's a good kid. He's just got some spice.
Nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, I grew up in Orlean. And it's a nice place to grow up. Then
I think your grandma might still be staying in Tolderum.
maybe.
That's where my parents usually are. We're from Cozy Hearth, but my parents became talent scouts. So one of their finds was able to catch a break one year for the party to perform in Tolderum, and they've been there ever since.
Oh, right. That's
Oh, the
It's been a while, but I remember Grandma taking us to see one of their productions. I think. Maybe. You'll have to
Likely.
pardon me. It's been about 30 years.
No, I understand. It was likely. Your grandmother was one of the reasons my parents were able to get in to the thespian crowd. Since they were already there, so.
Yeah, that does make sense.
I guess that just leaves
And-
Mr. Edwin. I guess what were you doing before you, became an apprentice?
I mean, I'll just help my parents around the house. Nothing too spectacular.
Well, I mean, where are you from originally?
Just from Villamon.
Wait, really? Oh, okay.
You know, been there my whole life.
Really? Never wanted to go anywhere else? See anything that's not where you were born?
Eh.
Well, I guess you are now, so.
I mean,
Forcefully, yeah.
same. Good luck. Good luck getting into a mage academy anywhere else. In Greymore. Villamon's kind of where it is. Then you come over here. Apparently.
Yeah, I
What
mean, like, it's more of a recent-ish, relatively speaking, kind of thing. I mean, magic's expensive, and my parents couldn't really afford it, so.
That does. Goodness, how costly does it get there, Edwin?
It's a lot. If we're ever near a magic store, you can
Oh.
see.
Now, how
Got
much
a
of
couple
that
thousand
money?
gold on you.
How much
I'm
of
sorry,
that money
what?
is spent on coffee?
Not a lot, actually.
Well, I guess I'm kind of curious to see what kind of price tag learning magic like yours has. So maybe we can go check out the Bright Quarter in a little while.
Yeah, see why not? I mean, I sure can't afford anything.
Might be good to
Sounds
look
like-
around.
Purses are overall a bit lighter than we'd like, it sounds like.
That and having someone take over this staff probably isn't a bad idea. I don't like having.
Alright.
If they can learn anything from it, it'll help. It'll help them. Well, not really a should so much as a when. I think.
I mean, in theory, necromancy's necromancy, but you never know.
You never know. There's always some new little surprise that always comes up. I mean, shoot. What did Captain Tyron say? An undead bear or something? That got that one ranger he was talking about? I mean, I don't see a whole lot of undead animals.
Sure, we've
So-
seen a lot more of that. I mean, again, the
I mean,
creations
people
I'd
are-
already seen were creative.
Yeah, I mean, it's just also people are in a lot more easy supply.
Yeah.
You're right of
Really
town,
not
and I mean,
using an
that's at
army of
least a
bears
couple
anytime soon.
hundred.
Yeah. There
And
is that.
honestly, they'd probably get more effective if they had an army of bears, but
Don't. Don't. That's awful.
Ugh.
hypothetical. I mean, in theory, it has a heartbeat. It can be an undead.
That's a terrifying thought.
Yeah, especially when
I
you think
like
of dragons.
I don't want to think about something that big.
Well, it's a good thing we don't know of any dragon remains that are in the world. Nope.
No, we don't, because that's in the future.
Couples would be kind of funny, though.
Spoilers.
I mean, gosh, that's an awful thought. I don't. Ooh. You know, there were rumors that there was some sort of young dragon around some camp north of Orleans.
Oh.
Somewhere. Though rumors were never proven, but
There's always
You know, word
rumors
gets
of
around.
dragons. I mean, sure, some of them must be true, but I can't imagine any significant portion of them are. Believe
don't
me, I
wanna-
looked before I settled down as a guard. I figured that was the quickest way to riches and fame. And perhaps, given how the guard gig worked out, it's probably for the best I didn't run across any dragons.
Probably. I'm just concerned that if the king happens to find one and raise it.
Well, yeah, he's got to
I hope
find it.
not.
He's got to either recruit it or kill it. So,
Or
which will
kill it
be
then recruit it.
well, yes, and that was implied.
I don't like that thought.
No, I don't either. It's much easier just dealing with the skeletons and zombies. Even if they more recently look like people you might have known.
Yeah, I guess that's
Yeah.
skeletons. They don't exactly look like people anymore.
Those zombies felt very human.
Those bones are
Yeah.
quite familiar.
Yeah, the zombies are the worst. Ugh.
I mean, you do have to kind of learn to separate them. They're not them anymore.
No. But they are the worst. Some of the initiates, they don't handle being on the front lines very well. So they end up learning either magic, like you, or being ranged with archery. Some of them crossbows. But, whatever keeps them from being up close and personal. Because we try to keep the initiates out of dealing with any of the forces directly. But lately we can't.
No.
Hmm.
Every able-bodied fighter. It's bad. But we're trying. Say, you guys are a great start. Hopefully we can turn more to the cause.
Was it that just there weren't enough of you, or did more things start happening?
Yes.
Hmm.
I mean, for the longest time, people just didn't really think there was much need for us, especially during the peaceful years under the previous
That
king.
was rather short-sighted of him.
What do you need the dead? What do you need the dead hunters for when there's no dead to hunt?
Well,
But-
maybe there weren't any because you had been hunting them.
Right? You see, we do our job well. Nobody notices.
Mm-hmm.
We are unable to do our job. Nobody notices. It's all our fault.
You say you've recruited us to the cause. What exactly do you mean by that? I guess, what are you expecting, beyond delivering our message to Toldero?
Well, I mean, beyond delivering our message, we're fighting for the country, I suppose. Or, I mean, I wouldn't blame any of you if you left afterward. But having
I do plan on
having you to
sticking around.
help.
I was just curious.
having your word to help spread the word, it means a lot.
I do want to stick it to His Majesty in whatever small ways I can, but it's going to take more than just us to actually put a stop to the king and his armies.
Oh, absolutely it is.
I can certainly try and put a stop to any rogue elements he's sent here and there, like that ambush on the road, or this zombie bear, or whatever else has been harassing the rangers.
Yeah.
We just need to get the word out and let the proper authorities take care of it.
Hopefully they'll listen. So that there's the problem. Because if they're not listening to their own people here in Valeran,
I'm
We do
wondering.
have new evidence.
Wondering how long exactly these things have been going on for.
That's a good question.
And it does sound like it's been planned for a while.
So maybe that's something we can ask that ranger in Tolmanith.
Because if
Exact-
your order has needed help, then and that was just in Gatewatch, and he's already in here. I'm wondering how far his reach really goes.
Farther than any of us are probably comfortable with, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's been around for a year.
I'm going to say it's safer to assume it's farther than we think.
Mhm.
And then
Likely.
who knows how much he'd been planning before he returned to Greenwood as well. Like, and he was very prepared for that.
Who knows what sorts of alliances he's made as well.
That's terrifying.
Someone like a necromancer doesn't, make friends when they can literally, make them.
but
Most people don't want to befriend necromancers.
No, but he
I'd be
seems to have
surprised.
gotten a lot all at once.
Yeah.
And I mean, he certainly does have a lot of necromancers under him. It sounds like if you were saying the attack on Gatewatch was led by one. That sounds like it's by
People
not
are
the
attracted
only
to
one he has.
power.
People are attracted to power.
Be that power for
man.
themselves or powerful people. I mean, just look at nobles.
Well, yeah, but there's a difference between
Posing with each other just for the clout.
There's that.
The thing is, if you associate with someone more powerful than you, and they can just take that away at any point, then, like, are you really that powerful?
No, but you get the benefits for a while.
I doubt that they're thinking long term.
I say most of them don't think long term. I don't even know what the king's long term plan is. I don't think any of us do.
No.
Conquest.
I mean, clearly, no.
Yeah, conquest.
Certainly sounds
What
like
end? I
conquest.
don't know, but
What end? Where does
yeah,
it
no, I
stop?
know. It's definitely
Don't
conquest, and that seems to be what
He's at the very least
attracted
going to come out here.
Adric to him.
Adric?
One of the other guards, he fought alongside us right up until the king and his herald appeared, and then he turned on us.
The traitor was Adric?
Oh,
The one
Yeah.
that killed Trav.
She was sipping her whiskey. Was being the key word.
it's Soliana.
Gave her a name.
I'm fine.
Gave her a name.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Fine.
I've seen both of them in the king's entourage. Neither of those are people I want to be across the field from.
Oh. And you think I do?
No, I understand entirely.
Now,
With any luck, you won't have to.
So how is Soliana looking at this news?
I don't know.
Mm.
I can't tell. She's like, she's annoyed because traitor. You gave her a name, like Rai said, so she's a little She is carefully neutral. Let's
No, Gail's
say.
right. You don't want to run across either of them. The fight had been going so well, like we had driven off so many undead,
Often?
like various types. What?
Often, dearest. just there's just a little shake of her head.
Shut up.
Got it. Shut up.
Right.
As
You gotta process that.
Gail
Okay.
said, with any luck, we won't have to. I don't even have to be looking at the screen to know that Trip made a face.
Gotta keep sipping that coffee.
Well,
Oh, look, it's awkward now.
Everybody did so good.
So good.
right.
Until.
Well,
Until. We were doing pretty good, though.
so Liana, how about for later this evening? Why don't we go get dinner at the Spiced Pine Cone? Since you mentioned
Oh, that
wanting
does sound good.
good food.
No.
Gale is trying to distract.
That sounds lovely, Gail. Yes, let's do that.
Go have dinner, pick up our stuff from the trading post, all that good stuff. Hey,
Nice evening out before having to go
we're having to move
more
on.
walking.
More walking.
I never thought I would miss the caravan.
It is pretty nice. Not have to walk yourself, but
I was so sick and tired
Yeah,
of
you get
sleeping
used
in
to it.
wagons, Gail. I was gonna go to Thrackham near.
wow. I've heard of it, but I've heard of it, but well, I've never been out of Greymoor. But besides here,
Yeah, it's further south than I've been.
Read about it.
Reckon I can't even recall where I've been.
I've heard it's very impressive.
Yeah, I feel like you remember a place. It's a pretty major landmark, I understand.
Big lava caldera in the middle.
Mhm.
They have to keep right in the center of it.
What?
Makes
They
sense.
do?
Dwarves.
Dwarves, man. Dwarves.
That sounds about right.
It's collective dwarves.
That's impressive, though.
Just from the table. Dwarves. Somewhere across the bar, someone's like, first off, racist.
Somewhere far away, there's a dragonborn saying those exact words.
Maybe maybe in the future, provided everything goes well with this war and all of the kings, maybe I'll go see Thrakkamnir. That sounds incredible.
Again, I mean, once people understand who Freddy is, like, I can't see how they wouldn't band together against him. I mean, both Valyrian and Abdegard border Greymoor, and I can't imagine either would abide a necromancer neighbor, especially if a warmongering one.
Yeah.
But again, that's why we have to get the warning out to them first.
I mean, if there's anything I know about dwarves, is that they are something else.
They really are.
They are stubborn, they are stout, and it's not wise to make them mad. We've got a couple of Ultrixia aligned dwarves in the Grim Knights. They're pretty scary.
Oh, that sounds like a combination.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly.
You have to say, so why Ultrixia? And if your order's whole thing is fighting undead, why not Harriet? She's not, fond of him, and he'll just kind of like gesture to his little pin that he has.
Oh. Oh, we have people in there for every steward.
Yeah.
Say, I actually
Haven't
hold on.
actually met that many Grim Knights.
Hold on. And Gail's gonna kind of start looking in her pouch and her pockets. Ah, there it is. and she's gonna show it. It's this chunk of amber with half of a walnut shell. So like kind of looks a little bit like a skull, a little bit like an owl face sort of thing. With some bones making almost an antler-like shape with feathers at the ends. And claws and teeth that make it kind of look like an animal's paw. This one's mine. This is the one I was given. Karthos. So, Karthos doesn't particularly favor unnatural things like undeath either.
No, I mean, obviously, none of the stewards, do, but...
But, yeah, Ultrixia, her whole thing is justice. And revenge. So, you can imagine where that might come from. Have you ever seen a Spike Keeper?
I've heard about him, and I've tried to stay as far away from them as I possibly can.
Good idea. Don't get on the bad side of a Spike Keeper. You will regret it. I've seen what one of our Spike Keepers did. Oh my goodness. I saw him knock a zombie's head clear into a hole, about 50 yards away.
And invented the game of
Make a
golf.
sport out of that.
Golf would be a thing dwarves make because one of them
Yes.
yeeted someone into a hole, though.
It involves
That absolutely tracks.
it involves a large hammer.
Dwarves may have invented golf, but halflings perfected it because it made it a bit more civilized. From its,
We're so
bloody
upset
origins.
that they made croquet in response.
No, I feel like halflings would have made croquet, and then
Yeah.
dwarves just retaliated with more golf.
Just
And elves play cricket.
Huh? Oh, elves play cricket.
Elves play cricket, yeah.
Who plays mini golf?
Oh, I'm sorry, halflings made mini golf. That makes sense.
I was going to say gnomes.
I was gonna
Or
say
gnomes.
gnomes as well.
No, that does sound like gnomes. They're the
Mini
ones who
golf
added all the little
absolutely sound
mini
like gnomes.
windmills and things.
You put
Because
my
it started out as
garbage.
just like a driving range, and then they're like, "Nah, we can just fucking make croquet out of this."
Like,
Elves were just like, "Nah, we need cricket."
Gnomes-
Gnomes, mini golf.
Gnomes invented the game of let's see what this mushroom does to our minds.
thank you, gnomes, for shrooms and Illavar.
Oh goodness.
Honestly, I picture gnomes, and they're just the Gravity Fall gnomes.
I let you guys just roleplay amongst yourselves for like an hour, and this is where we go.
Yes.
Not even an
Happens.
hour, and you've brought me into this somehow.
Yup.
I also
Yep.
I like to think that everyone is like around the table and our characters are talking about like the history of golf
Yeah,
and mini
sure.
golf.
And yeah, we
and-
needed a distraction for Soliana,
We
so there we go. It's good
haven't,
for anything.
No, we haven't. Yeah, the dwarves are crazy. You know, they invented golf this way. I heard stories about it. Oh no! And then, cricket actually came first from the halflings. Just saying. Oh no, or the elves. Just saying. Then halflings bastardized it with cricket. No, the gnomes bastardized it with mini golf. And that's how the conversation is going in the tavern.
Okay. But
They don't even call it
at
golf;
any
they
rate,
just
they're
call
all
it pot
fun,
shot.
right?
What?
At any rate, they're all fun, right?
I mean, I've never played croquet before.
Waitress walking by. It's boring.
I mean, yeah.
I guess it depends on who you ask. I mean,
Okay, ain't that the thing with?
I
the
mean, they wouldn't
needles?
exist if someone didn't like them.
No, that's crochet.
Hey, but hey, if could we make a sport out of that?
Competitive knitting?
I mean, have you seen some of my grannies and grandaunts? Like there's a whole thing that you don't want to mess with them when they're.
I'm surprised
I
it's not already a
don't
thing,
believe it.
honestly.
I will believe that, actually. I've spoken to a few gnomes, spoken to a few halflings, plenty of dwarves and elves. Some of them really get going.
Yeah, you just like listen to hours of them like explain the like complex meanings of the like designs and the patterns. Couldn't follow any of it, but
No. After a while, you just kind of tune out. But I appreciate their enthusiasm.
They certainly have a lot of it.
was
Yes.
happy to get away from it.
What was so bad about it, though? Just too many people in one place?
Too many people, too much the same stuff going on all the time. No room to breathe or do anything else.
I do hear it said that every now and again the Wanderlust just really grabs a halfling and off he goes.
And my family produces a lot of those. It's not just me.
No, it's not just you.
Do they call those types of halflings princes, or...
Princess of Fortune, maybe.
I do like that title. Bothan Barrow, Prince of Fortune.
And here
I
we
mean,
go.
you
We're
hear-
rebuilding
Oh,
Bothan's
God.
titles.
you hear mercenaries called soldiers of fortune, right?
Gail, don't encourage him.
You got him started.
I'm not. Am I? Am I encouraging him?
You're
Yes.
encouraged. Yeah,
I feel encouraged.
Gail, he's a theater kid. You can't give him compliments.
Saying those words, and I don't know what you mean by them.
Edwin, the waitress, refills your coffee for you.
Are you actually able to sell me some of this, like, to, like the ground? To go.
Oh, maybe.
Sure, I've
I'll
never
stick
even
with mine.
If so,
considered
that'd be great.
becoming an actor.
I don't believe you.
Oh,
No,
there's
no.
nothing new there then.
All this? I know a bard when I see it. You just don't know it yet, but...
Hard. Never would give you that impression.
Oh,
Did you see an instrument? I don't have any instruments.
No, but you dress like one.
They do have that.
Excuse me.
I mean,
I've
it's a
never seen
bard or a
bard.
wizard.
I've never seen a bard with this sense of style.
No, I've never seen
Have
a
you
bard
met
with
many
that sense of
bards?
style either.
I've seen a fair few. Some of them are pretty eccentric. But no, not exactly like that, no.
Soliana, who has worked with professional bards and professional theater productions. No, never seen a bard look like you.
Here we have.
Just side-eye to Marius, like...
Yeah, Marius is just.
Whiskey's Soliana's probably drank most of her whiskey at this point.
Sure about that?
You're muted.
You're
Perception
muted.
checks all around, please.
Oh,
Oh,
Perception!
Our favorite.
Need to roll some dice, man.
No.
sorry, I didn't actually re-enter. It makes me
Oh,
busy
there it
talk.
is.
Soliana.
Edwin's awake, but he's not that awake.
Bless you.
Shockingly, that was a cough.
That sounded like a sneeze.
That
I
sounded like a
did.
sneeze.
I know it did.
Insert
You could...
cough response. All
think it's
right.
public.
Not hang off on the point.
Oh, Boffin, okay.
Buffin, Gale, Marius, Soliana, you all notice that the entire rest of the tavern's gotten quiet.
Wait, what were we talking about that made this happen?
Everybody's
Clearly,
just
something
not
draws
about us.
attention.
listening to
Everything.
you. All of a sudden, you're the hottest gossip in town.
Wait,
Um,
wait, what?
This whole back and forth that you guys are having. You've got the origin of golf, you've got cricket, you've got croquet, you have knitting, you have
Prince
competitive
of
knitting.
Halflings,
And
and
now
now
you've got-
Prince of Fortunes.
A prince of fortune, and no, you're a bard. Well, no,
good.
not a bard.
All right,
you're
the gospel have the
definitely
title
a bard. Like this whole thing is kind of, and I imagine you guys are just ramping up in volume a little bit as you go along, and
Hey, Gail's not. Gail's
Yeah,
trying not to.
you know, 4 out of 5 of us have been drinking too, so.
you got some,
Marius has just been silent this whole time. Just-
Edwin, I need a Constitution save from you.
Oh no.
They're like,
Oh, this is fine.
Hey,
Hey,
we were a
Hey,
podcast
a
before
19,
a
you're
podcast.
doing great.
Oh no.
The buzz in the back of your skull, but you're keeping it in check. No headache, no hallucinations from your coffee yet. Yeah,
Yet?
you're so very awake right now. You could
Yeah,
take
that's
on
great.
the world.
Someone's not going to sleep for the next few days.
I could read so many books. I could get so much
Have that many
done.
books? How many
I
books do you
do.
have? Oh, okay.
Assuming you've actually been eating while you've been talking, your
What?
lunch
Yes!
is quite
I'm gonna
finished.
not eat lunch. Like, how dare you?
The waitress does come by. Excuse me, would anybody care for seconds?
I'm good, thank you though.
I'm good.
Fine, yes, unless dessert's on the table.
But it's lunch.
I mean,
It just kind of stares at Edwin like that comment has no meaning.
with
Okay.
with
And
to be fair, Edwin, with halflings, that's anytime.
Look, I
or
haven't
after
had a
any
proper meal
day meal.
since we lost... Since we left the farmhouse. Like,
I mean, food is food.
No, I'm good.
I'm good.
Food was excellent, though.
Good, glad we don't really prepare dessert with lunch, but if you want a bowl of fruit and cream, I can give you that.
that sounds lovely. Thank you.
She turns a few minutes later with some fresh fruit and cream.
something about berries and cream.
All right.
I wonder if she was trying to get us to stick around.
You're drumming
All
up
these
Bought us
business,
a little bit
Michael.
more time at least.
You're drumming up good business. People keep drinking and eating, and they're listening to you. Keep doing it.
Well,
Uh, at the,
It has been a rather good time. I got off to a rough start, but we're all good people. It's enjoyable company.
I've always heard it said, especially from halflings, good food made better by good company.
Nothing more right's ever been said.
I like to think that as soon as Edwin reminded himself that he has books, he's just
Oh.
just there's now just books.
So there
Oh, there he goes.
Like, oh yeah, I can do this.
we might need to get a room and inquire about one if they do actually have beds.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point.
We do.
we have beds. We don't have rooms.
Oh, is it
No,
more of a commons room sort of thing?
Yes, if you want private rooms, you're gonna have to go somewhere a little bit fancier.
Understandable.
Okay, this place is lovely.
I am perfect.
I don't think
I
we
don't
could
mind
get,
it.
I don't think we could get Edwin out of here if we tried right now.
He brought his
I
books to
mean-
the table.
Marius could probably pick him up,
I think it's fine.
but that might be pushing it. I mean, I'm fine with communal bed space. It's nicer than a barracks. Trust me.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, sounds fine
Nicer,
then.
very nicer than sleeping. Then it'll be sleep on the road. So yeah, it'll
And
do.
I've stayed in some rough places.
Typically,
Had
it's the
to.
smell that gets you the first time around.
He's right. But a place like
Right,
this,
speaking
probably
of,
not gonna
we
be so
all
bad.
could probably use a wash.
I mean, I do know that cities like this tend to have these beautiful bathhouses.
Oh, I haven't been to a bathhouse in a while.
Grandma says the one in Tultaram is the best.
Oh, the one in Tulsa.
Oh, there we go.
Hmm.
There we go. It sounds like a afternoon booked then.
Edwin, do you want to go to a bathhouse?
What?
You know.
Sorry, I was 300 pages
Bathhouse?
in on this book. I'm sorry.
Bathhouse? You want to have a nice relaxing soak?
Wash
I mean,
off some of
later, maybe.
that. Wash off some of that undead ecor.
Yeah, I honestly,
And in your case,
I hadn't
often
been
the dog
concerned-
slobber.
I mean, I'm less concerned about that than yeah. No, you're right. Undead, that's so gross. But, I mean, do want to wash that off too, but ugh.
Well, let's see if we can't find one.
I'm sure we can. I mean,
I was gonna drop off this staff, but I mean, yeah, we can do
That's-
that.
We can do both.
say we can do that. We'll
Oh, let's make
do that
ourselves
first.
presentable before we visit any fancy mages.
Do mages care if you're fancy?
I don't know, shouldn't they?
Depends on the wizard. Most of them probably don't smell that great either. They also don't leave. And they just use magic.
I mean,
Use
some of them
magic,
have
they
some
don't
pretty
use
potent magic
soap.
smells. Some of them have some pretty potent magic.
Doesn't.
smells. I mean, you don't want to be caught in a stinking cloud. It's awful.
Stinking cloud, gaseous form.
Blech. Had one of the initiates retching for weeks.
Light.
So I guess the party's gonna find a bathhouse and then go to the bright corner.
So, what's
Okay.
this gonna be like? They give us a bucket and a sponge, or
No, like a proper. Have you never
Yeah,
been to
you've-
a bathhouse?
Yeah, wait, I thought you've been on the road long enough. You must have visited some.
I mean, I
And, like,
spent
what do you
most
do
of my
to-
time on the road.
Well, sure, but the roads lead to places like cities that have these amenities.
Yeah, like rivers.
You'll be in for a treat, Mon. Marius.
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 Mon.
Fucking brain.
I'm sorry, I started this by calling him
It's
young
Cammy.
Mon.
No, it's because we're going to a bathhouse. Cammy's out.
Right.
Cammy's
Oh.
like, oh boy, I want to take my friends to a spa.
Too many campaigns. Too many simultaneous campaigns.
Oh, your fair maiden gets to show the barbarian off to the finer things in life.
Hell yeah, let's do it. Woo! That's my shit right there. Yeah, you'll be in for a treat, Marius.
Whatever you say.
Edwin allowed to purchase good coffee.
Yes, Edwin was allowed to purchase good coffee.
Good coffee for the road.
Yeah, leave in until we get the coffee.
I don't think we could stop Edwin.
Or at least tell him where to get it. Because being awake feels great.
Are
I
you
don't think we
going
could
to
stop
be
Edwin from.
back tonight?
Yeah, I assume so.
Yeah, sounds like that's where
Alright,
we're
That's
well-
the plan.
Give us some time to figure out exactly how much we can sell you and at what price, and tonight we'll get some backed up for you.
Perfect.
Oh my god. Edwin's gonna be the addict this campaign. Oh boy.
He's not. No, I mean, here it is. Probably like addicted to coffee, but you know, he's a like starving college student. Be nice to him. He is broke. He just probably eats ramen.
Poor Edwin.
Just any ramen. Magical ramen.
He's whatever the castle staff feed him.
Leftovers.
Oh, no.
Basically.
Okay, so you're looking for a bath now. This is an unexpected direction for this session, but not an unwelcome one. Fortunately,
Not
I
an
know you
unfamiliar
guys,
one.
and I'm pretty much always prepared with a bathhouse. Y'all are nothing if not predictable in this regard. I was
Hot Springs
thinking.
episode.
Ew.
I was thinking.
That
just
is roast.
Fair.
It is absolutely me. I'm sorry.
No,
Alright.
if we have fancy or wannabe fancy people like Poppin, it's gonna happen. So
Yeah. Okay.
Too bad I can't just like reuse the one from Sanhorn, I think was the other one we went to last time.
I've lost count.
We went to one in Kumantai. Y'all went to one in Thanorn.
we went to one in Frackhamnir, but it's definitely not going to
We-
be this one because that one was special.
We went to one in Tolderome because they had the wing
Mm-hmm.
plucker for a lawn wing. It
Oh, no, wait, did Alonwe not go to the one in Frackhamnir?
Oh.
no, she didn't get to go to the one in Threkamnir.
Yeah.
That was like right before her.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, we went back to Frackhamnir. because
Yeah, but we didn't go to the
Not-
bathhouse in
no, we didn't.
Threkamnir.
Alright.
Can y'all tell we've been playing games in this world for a while? Can y'all see why we get
We're like
confused?
actually talking like tourists. It's like,
At
no,
least
the
3
bathhouse in
years.
Frackhamnir is the best. It's like, but no, remember when we went to the bathhouse and told Jerome? It's like, 5-star rating. Like,
I mean, Kumantai was probably pretty good.
Oh yeah.
The nice
Oh.
onsen.
didn't get
Onsen.
to that.
Yeah, you weren't there for that one. Quentin got hard rebooted by weed.
He sure did. It was great.
Cammy had like an existential crisis on weed. It was hilarious. Cammy and Quentin are just over there stoned out of their heads in the corner.
Okay. So, it is with relative ease that you find the local, a reputable local bathhouse. Of course, it is Valeran. Pretty much every business is more or less reputable. This one that you've come across is Autumn Falls.
Hmm.
It looks like a large tree that is grown in. It's actually more like a grove, really. That's that have kind of begun to commingle at the root, and willow leaves form a shroud around the entire establishment. Since I forgot to do this, you'll square up with the tavern when you go back to go to bed.
And we're gonna blow all our money on our Lathiel vacation.
It's
Just
5
a little
silver per person for the bathhouse.
Okay.
Okay.
As you enter, you're given silken robes, and the men are sent one direction, the women are sent to the men are sent to the right, women are sent to the left to get clean. Where you are given a brush, a cloth, and a bucket, and a stall. In which
See, I knew there was a bucket.
Right, so you were right in the regard, so I guess I don't need to explain to you how this part works then.
There are stalls of woven branches, and some of them you can drape willow leaves in front of them for modesty if you so choose. There are various oils and soaps and whatnot for whatever level of fanciness or skin exfoliation you choose to use. And then once you're clean, there are portals, doors going out into. One goes to a men's pool, one goes to a women's pool, then one goes to a shared pool. All of which are held in roots that have grown together so tightly that they are water tight, and hot water seems to bubble up from somewhere in the branches, or maybe out of the branches. You can't really tell. So, who's doing what? Who's going where, please?
I mean, she's headed over to get clean, and afterwards she's gonna check and see if Soliana has a if Soliana's out and done before heading off into the women's pool side.
Soliano will do the same and follow Gale to the women's side. He's gonna see if Gale had a preference of which pool. But we went women's, so.
Marius is very lost in all of this.
Often will lead the way to the mixed area.
Just 5 silver. I mean, there's a river somewhere. Like,
Yeah, the river doesn't have soap now, does it? And it's a river warm. Here, just
No,
follow me. You'll understand.
I think it's like the relaxation aspect of it too.
Yeah.
I don't really get it either. Hey, boo smells nice though.
it does smell nice. Just never had a bath this nice.
Well, maybe you should. Now that you've given it after you give it a try, I think you'll understand the appeal. And especially with all the traveling you've done, I'm sure you could use just a rest.
That's what the whiskey was for.
Yes, I mean one can enjoy all the different fine things in life, not just some of them.
Marius is so country that it balances out Edwin's city.
She's like, what is like earning all that coin being a sellsword for if you're not gonna spend it to enjoy things?
Because I sent it home.
Oh.
Where do you think it goes?
I honestly
Hopefully some of it
considered
food,
that.
but
Yeah, I was gonna say presumably the farm earns enough money, but then again I can see how maybe it doesn't, but
Oh, Bobbin.
only reason the farm still stands is because I've been doing this for almost 10 years now.
I mean, a break will be good for you then, maybe.
Well, it was supposed to be more weekend, then, well, apparently the end of the world came along and
oh, not the end
kind
of
of
the
threw
world.
that
I
into
mean,
a tizzy.
but I mean, it's certainly not good. End of Greymore, at least for now, and hopefully again it'll bounce back.
Oh, that felt like that happened a year ago.
I'd heard rumors through the channel, through what the merchants was talking about, but didn't think it'd get this bad.
Yeah, I'm just surprised that so many people didn't seem to be taking it seriously. And you think, I mean,
No, I mean, when
merchants would be impacted.
hunters stick to themselves long enough.
As he picks up some oil and
You rub it in your hair, makes it soft. But you like it?
Not that kind of oil, and not that you'd want to lick any kind of oil on its own. Yeah, it's not good at all.
You like that. That just happened.
I don't like the taste.
It's not for tasting like that's. Edwin just said that. All right.
Oh, it smelled nice. So
Well, yeah. Listen to Edwin. Put it in your hair. Just.
Put it in your hair, makes it nice and soft. Soft and shiny. Bring out the purple.
is my hair not soft and shiny?
Oh, I haven't touched it.
Hey, Sully, how do you think they're doing?
Oh,
over
no,
there?
is it?
Oh. I'm sure they're fine. Though it does occur to me that we left Boffin to babysit.
I'm responsible adult.
Look, Marius has a good head on his shoulders. He's just not his element.
It'll be fine.
He's a country boy, Edwin's a city boy, and the Boffin's just
A
the
half-blooded
friend,
boy.
the mom friend, the friend of their mom who's just like, hey, can you watch my kids while I run to the store?
Uncle Boffin.
I'm
It's
sure
not
that-
quite like aunt or uncle energy. It's just like that step below.
The cousin that your mom like
The
calls
cousin.
up. Yeah, like the cousin that your mom calls up like, hey, can you babysit? I don't have anyone else to.
You're
pay
literally my
you, like-
last option.
Yeah. Like I'll pay you like $50 just please. I need someone. I'll set everything out. They'll be in bed. It'll be fine.
He can play Halo 3, no supervision. It's fine. I don't care.
It is fine. Like, what trouble are you gonna get into in a bathhouse? Like,
Other characters bet.
Look, he's not doing anything that would constitute any, trouble. It's just you basically took the equivalent of a small town kid whose finest dining experience was Olive Garden, and you dropped him in Sicily.
Oh god, I feel bad.
Oh, I love that. Love that analogy.
That's
That's
such a
great.
good analogy.
Because it's a true analogy. And that's a story for another time.
I'm sure they're fine. Marius has been around and has been around a little bit, and Edwin's an elf. He's probably the oldest one of the bunch.
Of them, yeah, probably. I don't
But
know how
he's
old
so
Boffin
small.
is.
Boffin is ancient. Boffin is the land.
Oh no.
Blue, you can't give away our secret, the Meta's Futile crossover plan.
Boffin is ancient. Boffin
Oh,
is.
wait,
Boffin
It's-
wants the land.
Boffin existed long before any of these characters or this world existed.
Little,
Wait till they hear about
At least
this.
in its current
That
form.
is true.
this is why we haven't gone back to Curse of Strahd yet. See, we have to play
Curse of Boffin.
Strahd's origin. It was Boffin all along.
He just grew like an extra 5 feet.
Yeah. Vampirism
Strahd has
made
gnome
him tall.
energy.
Oh man. They won't get into any trouble. Just focus on relaxing. While we can.
I mean, I'm fine.
Oh good.
I just think it's funny.
Oh, very funny. Absolutely incredibly. One of them is driving Boffin crazy, I'm sure, and I am excited to see how this plays out.
You don't suppose any of them licked any of the oils, do you?
What even occurred to you?
I am almost certain at least one of them did.
You know
Some of them
exactly
At
who.
least.
Some of them
Excuse
do smell like you could eat them.
And
We just had lunch.
Marius has never been in a bathhouse.
Oh, he hasn't.
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's going to be a new experience for him, I'm
He
sure.
said he hadn't before we came here.
You
The
know
hell
what?
is
Right.
this thing?
It's a brush. You scrub with it. You know, like get the dirt off. You know, like that layer of brown you got. That's maybe dead ogre blood. That's also maybe matted in your hair. Have you brushed that recently?
Yeah, they're fine.
Okay, no, that's no.
What mischief could they possibly make in a bathhouse that we haven't heard of it yet? That we haven't heard of yet.
I'm sure if they manage to do something, we will know.
Exactly.
The
Because you're bound to hear someone scream.
bathhouse also offers the standard nail care and hair care services and sells nice wines. By the glass, not the bottle.
Oh, a
I
fancy
mean, depends
place.
on how long you want to be here.
I mean, not that long.
No.
But yes, it's get everything, get the works. For my friend here too, since he's never been to a freaking bathhouse.
Marius, are you going to allow that?
Sounds so mean about it.
Come, enjoy everything the place has to offer.
I'll allow it.
Oh, you
Marius,
can fancy.
the person taking care of you and elf leans you back in the chair. He combs your hair. Your another takes care of your nails. You know, trims, shapes, all that.
He's very much just like,
You're they trim up your beard a little bit. Just not shave it off. Just give it a little bit of an evening. They even out your hair, kind of take it up a little bit. Comb the sticks out of it and whatnot.
probably a bird's nest in there too.
It's a
Or to the
relatively it's a relatively unobtrusive service to anybody, to most anybody. To you, it's another world entirely. This is not the wood tub out behind the house, even.
This ain't no cold river. Now, I'm not one to say I feel much anything in terms of anxiousness or distress or fear, but this is... It's giving me a little anxiety here, ain't gonna lie.
Nothing to be anxious about. Just a little pampering.
I don't need to be pampered. I'm just... watch behind the ears. That's... It's just kind of just like... what? Huh?
Here, just look into the mirror when they're done. You'll see. It's today we all get to be princes.
Ha.
I like to think that it's just like those two go off and Edwin just goes the other way. He's like, nah, I'm good.
No.
Because that's just also not on his mind. It's just like, oh, well, that's done. Time to move on. I'm all clean.
And so, about an hour later, all of you are... Does anybody else want to do anything before...
Oh man, are you all just waiting for Buff and
I
Marius?
mean,
That'd be hilarious.
Probably.
Gail was just gonna get up and like do some stretches to keep limber.
Alright.
That's basically all she's doing.
Okay,
But after that, nah, she's good. She's ready to go.
okay. Hour-long bath episode complete now. I'm honestly impressed that we made it to session 5. Y'all meet back outside. It is mid-afternoon. Shadows aren't growing long yet, but it is getting towards that time of day. You know, people start winding down. Not dinner time yet, Boffin.
Buff will just do a little ta-da hand motions at Marius as he presents him to the rest of the party.
They said I smell like lavender. I don't know if I smell it or not.
I mean, you go nose blind after a little bit, but I mean, you certainly look more. I didn't know you were actually that purple.
Marius, they did they did calm your nerves with honey nut clusters.
That might have won him over.
Oh,
He was a good wager. He gets a treat.
If you're good, you get a treat.
No, effectively what this was just a dog grooming.
That's essentially what it was. You
gotta
took the
give
family
him,
dog.
Give him treats as you're trimming his nails. You gotta make sure he's calm when they turn on the vacuum.
All right.
I don't even know what a cuticle was. Still don't think I do.
But they got pushed back. Or something.
Pushed
Whatever
it
they
back
do to
or something
cuticles.
like
I
that.
don't know what they do to cuticles.
That's what they do. Yeah, that's what
Yep.
they do to cuticles.
Oh, well, thank you. Today I learned.
Well, Marius, I'd say that I'm sure there's probably a few ladies who you might turn their heads. So
Gonna make a short, brief look at Soliana.
Soliana is purposefully not moving. Don't she's just like, don't turn your head, don't turn your head, don't turn your head, don't do
continuing
it.
to just gesture at.
Ladies, got it.
Notably, none of you smell like ogre guts.
Yeah.
Yay!
All right. Mission
or
accomplished.
zombie ecor.
Mhm.
So,
That
Edwin,
is what we call a job well done.
are we off to the magic place?
I mean, if you guys feel like sitting and listening to old wizards ramble.
I've gotten very
They-
good at ignoring old wizards rambling.
They're very long-winded.
All those, the ones, the few we have in the the ranks aren't that long-winded. But you know what? I'll deal. I'm curious about this bright quarter. Never really been over there.
Neither have I. New experiences for everyone.
Oh boy!
Before we head out, Gail's gonna peek back into the lobby. Excuse me.
Yes.
How do we get to the bright quarter from here?
You'll receive directions basically sending you north.
Okay.
Yay! We're not clueless.
And as you near the bright quarter, it becomes obvious that that's where you're heading, as there are mage lamps hanging from small little trees that have grown into a twisty little loop to hold them on a well-cobbled path. The path itself, if you look down under your feet, it appears to be there are little flecks of blue and green and gold in the rocks. Almost like they've
Oh.
embedded gems or something into the rocks that kind of glint in the light as you walk towards the bright quarter.
Like
The
poking
painful.
some of them with my feet.
The stones are completely
Wow.
smooth. Like, even a non-halfling could walk barefoot on them completely safely.
Oh, that's impressive.
As you walk in, it's almost like a gated city within the city. There is another tree fence. As you cross through the entire courtyard is overshadowed by the arms of a massive tree in the center. You can't tell how high the tree goes from where you are because you're looking at the underside of the boughs, but you can see multiple rooms held in its lofty branches. It has
Oh, wow.
leaves of many different types of trees in it, and long tendrils of willow leaves hang down all the way from probably 50 feet in the air down to the forest floor. The entire place is illuminated by hanging lamps from off these boughs. There are open-air classrooms where men and women in bright-colored robes are teaching pupils. They're sitting on the grass or sitting in chairs. Various forms of magic. One of them lets out an incantation in a primordial language you don't understand. Well, most of you don't understand, Edwin. You collect snippets of it. And the wind forms up into a sort of like living creature sort of thing. You can only tell where it is by the whipping of leaves around and things like that. and you turn a few heads. You're an odd bunch, but most people seem very happy in their studies. Like,
Huh. These people almost look like, well, like they're here and they actually like it. Hey, Edwin, is this anything at all like you? Is this anything at all like what you were experienced, or no?
No, not even close.
Judging by the
This is
smiles,
what you
not
would
even
have liked
close.
to have experienced, though, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, it was supposed to be more of this and less organizing shelves, but
Do they do transfer credits?
yeah, I'd have to have been enrolled in an actual college and not. I don't even know if the apprentice thing was like official because I don't think he was actually looking for one at the time. It was his fancy way of saying intern.
Ah,
Unpaid at that.
Yeesh.
Except from the occasional
How long did you stick with that again?
longer than I probably should have.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing.
But you can't pass up being surrounded by that much magical knowledge when you can figure it out on your own. Most of what I know I've figured out on my own, so.
That's pretty impressive.
Right, so you're saying it wasn't. You did get something out of it then.
I could have left at any time.
Well, you left there now, so
Yeah.
maybe there'll be somebody here who you can talk to. Maybe actually get some guidance, hey?
Well, like we have the time magic takes a long time to learn.
Well, that may be, but
I'll just make some connections and come back and talk to him after we're done with our business in Tulbara.
a little bit of networking never hurt anybody. Gail's just kind of busy looking around the place. She's just intrigued because all this sort of thing was never really her shtick. So this is different. This is new. It's interesting.
all right. As you walk in, a young elf man about Edwin's age, by appearance anyway, approaches and greetings. Welcome to the Bright Quarter. You don't look like you're from around here.
We're not.
Not even close.
No matter, you're welcome. Is there something you're looking for, or are you just looking around? Are you looking to enroll in the Arcane University?
Gail's just going to kind of point to Edwin.
Not
the
quite
kid
that
a-
dark, no.
Oh.
More looking for someone to either take or look at this staff we picked up.
Oh, staff you picked up.
Yeah.
It's not very nice.
It's a necromantic staff.
Oh,
We don't want it.
not the most
Well.
pleasant of things.
You don't want it. You don't either.
I'm looking for someone to either who can destroy it properly or just figure out what they can learn from it for any number of reasons that might be coming.
yes, well, I see it.
Yeah. And, I mean, as far as any of you guys have seen, he hasn't been carrying it. Just kind of like opens up a bag and shoves his hand in it and now pops this big ass staff.
Oh,
That explains
handy.
it.
That's handy.
Get me one of those.
That is handy.
He's the elf. Is kind of startled by it. And, oh, That's a. May I hold out his hands for it?
Yeah. Hand it off.
Take it and kind of give a bit of a shudder.
Was used recently. The previous wielder's no longer a problem.
I see. Right, well, certainly a dark sort of necromantic staff here. This is... a bit out of my... Where? Is it off of Necromancer?
Mm-hmm.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Body's probably still cold. Probably getting cold now.
Not exactly how powerful she was as, like, a caster, but, I mean, this certainly was used to raise several more corpses and control others.
Gail's just gonna
Many
shudder at that.
others.
This really ought to be destroyed, I suppose.
Yeah, that's why I brought it here. I don't have a whole lot of experience in that. Don't need it exploding or something else.
He's kind of running his hands over it, almost like it's feels gross to him. I think I should give this to the headmaster of the Arcane University.
Yeah, no, I certainly don't really want anything to do with it, so.
Okay.
Dang, it's gonna be my problem.
He offered, or he suggested such.
You should do this. That's a great idea.
Yes, you should.
Yes, you should.
Alright.
Say, well, the headmaster need to know where you got it.
He may have some questions for you. If you don't mind.
There it is.
Look back to everyone else. It's like, I don't know, do we have places to be? I don't know what our tours through our itinerary is.
Say, we don't have anywhere to be.
Oh, might as well do this properly.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it'd be
Yeah, I
cool to
guess.
see more of this place.
No trouble.
Okay. He will, apologies. He'll lead
These are
you
off the
towards the tree. And up into up a stairwell. And after a good long while, you're walking across the boughs of this tree. You can see there are several unseen servants carrying books and whatnot around. It looks like there's things floating around, but they look like they're carried by somebody, kind of ducking and weaving around you and whatnot.
Yeah, I don't know why he just didn't use more of those.
And
How's-
those
Walking
Tiny
floating-
ones, but not
Walking around, there are stone statues wandering about, equipped with with spears, shields, that sort of thing. Kind of lumbering around, obviously to keep the peace.
Oh.
The stonework is obviously not of elven make. Plates of fresh fruits, people laying on couches, things like that. It's a very relaxed sort of atmosphere. It has the atmosphere almost of what college was promised to you when you were in high school, minus the frat parties. But eventually you're brought into a very large office. It is ringed on all sides by wooden branches and leaves of various trees. There's a large desk and a small-ish elven woman sitting behind it. There are books stacked floor to ceiling in a semicircle all the way around against the wall. It is a large enough room that it is a bit of a walk to get to the desk.
Oh, wow.
That would be just like the worst principal call to take.
As you approach, you notice the smell of fresh fallen rain kind of filling the air.
Oh.
And
This is a really big office.
It is.
I thought showing up to the high commander's office was intimidating. This is another level.
Still can't get over the floating books.
What about the freaking walking statues? I mean, heck, why does anyone animate corpses when you could just freaking animate rocks to do your bidding?
Easier resources?
I don't know.
Easy resources,
Rocks
less
are
magic.
everywhere. Yeah, okay.
Not as artfully as
They're not
that.
just rocks, it's a statue. You
as
can't just stack up a bunch of rocks and hope it works.
Okay, start again.
the elven woman looks up, her robe is silver and shimmers as she does. Her eyes are a bright blue, and her hair cascades down. It has a similar silver sheen. Says,
No.
Ardril, what can I do for you? And the elf responds, these fine folk have brought to us a problem that I cannot handle on my own.
We are fine.
It's odd that you, of all people, couldn't handle something. He places the staff on her desk, and she kind of frowns, and I'll take it from here. Give us some privacy, please. And he'll leave you in the room with this. Saying, apologies. This is our headmaster. Sorry. Odd syllables to pronounce.
Elf names, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is our headmaster, Calvernir. Sorry, it was the two IRs in a row. And she nods and he leaves. And she looks up at all of you. So, I would like the story of how you came about this stick.
Gail's gonna just gesture to Edwin.
Wasn't actually there for that part, so.
long version or the summary version?
Well, I would hope that none of you made this.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
No.
No.
No,
Faintest idea where to even begin with it.
Military type. I don't mess with those.
I'm not that sort of druid.
This is something I would expect to see in Greymore these days.
Oh,
Funny story.
Oh, funny
It's where
story.
it came from, yes.
See what happened was.
You didn't make it. Please.
Well, yeah, no, it's certainly from Greymore.
Hmm.
We were in Gatewatch, and there was undead came. And... Sorry, I bet I'm not usually one who talks.
Well, I'm very proud of you for stalking now.
There was a
Now
note
they
there.
Yeah, I assume you know what's been going on in Greymore to...
She's going to reach a hand over with very, very long, well, not like freakishly long fingernails, but, nice sharp fingernails. And she's going to tap a crystal ball on her desk.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Good idea.
Well, needless to say, they are pushing more this way, and they staged an attack on Greymore, or not Greymore, Gatewatch, and sent one of their necromancers down there to, I guess, ambush the city, and she had that.
Well, I would be more than happy to take care of this for you. And she's going to...
If you've been
Vibe
keeping
check.
yeah, if you've been keeping an eye on things, have the authorities in Tolderome not been listening to you either?
I'm a bit of an outsider. And I concern myself primarily with this place.
But yeah,
Can we insight to see if
no,
Helen?
By
yeah,
all means.
weird.
Solely,
So
please.
11.
Haven't rolled higher than a 9 all night.
Okay, so, have you
Ooh.
tried? Have you tried warning them about it?
There's something
Gale
very
would like to
suspicious.
subtly insight.
Sure, let's everybody who wants to just roll insight real quick.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay.
All of you
So
think
roll
there is something very suspicious about this woman.
Mm.
She, I had heard rumors, and I took a quick look. I saw some damage to the town. I haven't had a chance to go myself to survey it yet.
Why would you?
I find my own eyes are better than any magic that I could use. And why would I not?
Forget magic or your own eyes. I mean, if they all were there.
Well, that's fair enough, but you're not there now.
No.
You can't tell me the status of Gatewatch now.
It was pretty well overrun when we left.
Hmm.
Gradually ran out of there in
That's,
a hurry.
I'm sure it's just the beginning. There's already been incidents here in Valerian.
You're not wrong, and it wouldn't be the first time I've seen somebody from Greymore getting a little too greedy.
Oh?
Well, if few kings ago.
Right, helps.
You're dealing with an elf, guys.
How is she? How is she holding the staff? Does she hold the staff like?
Wait, have we handed over to staff? Like, I feel like we're
Yeah.
interrupting.
It was put on the table.
It's on the table, or is she holding it?
She's picked it up.
Yeah. Is
I
she
guess
holding
how
it like
is she holding it?
Yeah, like does it look like she kind of knows how to handle a staff in the way she holds it, or is she?
Oh, I mean, she's just holding it, like, up, looking at it. It's a nasty
So
bit
what's
of
a
wood.
right? But like, what exactly does it do? Other than like the whole undead thing.
She's going to look at it and hover her hand over it, and she's holding it in her right hand. Her left hand is going to glow, and her eyes are going to go completely white and begin to shine like a silver. Then she'll blink and they're back to normal. This staff raises recently deceased corpses under the master's control and gives some semblance of instinctive control to any undead nearby.
Oh,
It is
certainly
thoroughly
what
evil.
That describes what we saw.
Some weapons of the enemy are valuable. She lets go of the staff and it begins to hover above her hand. This one is disgusting. And it's going to begin to glow inside. And slowly the wooden threads are going to unravel. And then with a thunder crack, it explodes into 1,000 slivers.
Get a chunk.
Oh, well. All right.
Hell yeah.
Apologies, some disenchantments are a little violent. Not this one, but
And
Noted.
that's why I didn't want to try it myself.
That was awesome.
Well, I was a bit suspicious, but that's fine.
I suppose I should probably give Gatewatch a visit tonight.
Tonight,
Yes.
you're just gonna pop over a days, 2 days away.
You know that magic can teleport you places?
Well, I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I didn't know that Gatewatch had a.
You don't always need one.
They don't have a teleportation circle in Gatewatch now.
Oh,
At
well,
least
you
not
don't
one that I
always
could use.
I didn't have one.
Oh,
When I
Teleported
left,
without a circle.
it hurt.
I'm surprised you survived.
Yeah.
She's gonna reach over and kind of put her hand on your chin, and her grip is gentle but very firm. She's gonna tilt your head this way and that. No unnatural coloration in your eyes. No pupils inside out. My goodness, you have some potential. You should apply for a scholarship.
I don't think I really have the time.
We offer
Unfortunately.
remote study programs.
Convenient.
It's magic.
might be.
Gail's
something
just
worth
gonna
looking into, Edwin.
Gail's just gonna kind of nudge him, like, you should.
I've been teaching elves for hundreds of years at this point. Since I was little.
Don't do it.
You were wasted on your old master.
I mean, yeah, he didn't really teach me anything.
Exactly.
I mean, if it's able to be remote, I guess.
We are going to be traveling for a bit.
We are.
That's fine.
Well, Edwin, ask how to apply.
Yeah, what she said? Yes.
Culvernier is going to just kind of sit there and put her hand on her chin. Now, Edwin, one must ask properly.
I guess, yeah, how would one go about enrolling in such a thing?
On the front
Ma'am?
lawn, there is a welcome. There's a small office on the front lawn where they'd be happy to get you started with the paperwork.
I'm very good at doing that.
Well, good. You there, tiefling.
Hmm.
You look like a Lamond.
That I am.
Let's see, that would be... How's your grandfather doing?
Grandfather, he's... Well, he's buried on the property.
So I suppose your great-grandfather isn't still alive either.
Fortunately, no.
Oh, so sorry.
I didn't even know my great-grandfather, so...
It's hard to keep track of these things, I'm sorry.
I understand it. I mean, I don't understand, but... it's okay.
Well, the ushers will see you out, and as she says that, 2 of the stone golems will approach from either side. I will go and take a look at Gatewatch. She's going to step back from her desk, and her form is going to start to twist and stretch. She places her forearms that are rapidly lengthening on the ground. Massive tails start to sweep out from under her robe. Gray scales cover her body as before you is a large silver dragon.
Oh, not an elf.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. All right, that makes even more sense then.
Always elves with fancy hair. It's always elves with fancy
Ah.
She shakes her whole body and kind of twists her neck, and you hear like a cracking sound all the way down the spine.
That's
Now
why the
that
office
is
is so
cool.
big.
Oh. Of it.
This
Dragon.
explains a lot, actually.
Apologies for the
understand.
rudeness. I'm around these people so often I forget that not everybody knows.
No.
You might wish to go
No.
before I... She kind of stretches out her wings.
Oh, yep.
And just
all
a
right.
little
Back up.
flip of them, and like there's papers going all over the place. And
Okay.
like the papers start, like it looks like invisible hands are grabbing them out of the air and putting them back on the desk.
Okay. Nobody is going to believe what I just saw today.
Oh, there's just also that back of the small part of Edwin that's just like, I need to fix that.
Oh,
Just no.
We're just
Just
gonna
someone else
we're gonna grab that kid, get him out of there.
Have your own paperwork.
just that instinctive, just start. Oh, okay, I gotta go clean.
This ain't your office. This ain't your office.
just
And when you
slowly
have your own
backing
paperwork,
away,
go.
but like he can't take his eyes off of it.
Hey, Boffin, you'd been looking for a dragon in the past.
Apparently, I was gonna say this fucking dragon.
You guys leave the office, and shortly after you do, you hear the massive chaos of books and papers and things being blown all over the place as she leaves.
Oh boy.
Edwin, you are gently reminded that there are unseen servants for that purpose.
Yeah, but it's just that, no, it's so messy.
Yeah, that was a dragon.
That was a dragon. I'm very glad that I wasn't the only one that saw that.
Nobody.
Just really have seen everything. here now,
Dragons.
like-
Nobody
You
in
said-
my squadron is going to believe me.
I
They
always
all
Provided
just
they all survive.
they all
Mary-
just look like people. Like, could I have met like other dragons and not known it?
Potentially.
Marius is
Potentially.
just
Are
looking
you a
a bit
dragon?
perplexed.
No, I'm not a dragon. No.
Marius, what?
Marius just got a little bit of a perplexed look on his face.
We just met a dragon.
Oh, he did?
He just met a dragon.
And apparently that's just common
Understood.
knowledge.
Here, anyway.
Uh-huh.
Right. Well, if they're not going to listen to us, I hope they listen to a freaking dragon over in Tolderone.
She knew my grandparents.
Yeah, she's a dragon.
Apparently, she knew your great-grandparents.
I know her grandparents.
She might have known your family as long as they've had that farm.
She might have.
I only knew about my grandfather because he was buried on the property. Mama and Dad ain't really mentioned a lot about him, so
Apparently
How
he
long?
was a dragon.
And how long has your farm been there? It's been there as long as I can think of it, or anyone in my family would know. But
all I know is how long I've lived there. Wasn't really much of an extended family. It was just me, my mom, my dad.
I see.
Oh, I've got questions.
So many questions.
Several even.
Hey, paper was
so-
a lot, apparently.
We'll
Anyway.
we're-
Downstairs.
hopefully
A dragon!
Paperwork.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's a bit of a maze to get downstairs, but your statue friends show you the way. And Edwin, the paperwork is less fill in the blank and more essay question. What's your previous magical
That's so-
experience? Where'd you grow up? What's your home life like?
Oh,
Who
they are
is-
getting very detailed answers.
You're still buzzing on the coffee.
That's fine. He is riding a high, and he hasn't had in a long time.
But it is one long scroll. The lady at the counter says, "Oh, you're free to take that. Oh, you'll just okay. There's a chair.
No, it won't take long.
There's a chair over there if you want to sit down.
He had some really good coffee with lunch. Apparently.
Oh.
Apparently.
Okay.
I don't think any of us expected the coffee to be that good.
No.
You haven't had bad coffee then.
I might have to have a sip of that before we get walking.
Oh, I've had bad coffee.
Ethan used to try some of that. It's great. Like, it looks like it would taste burnt, but it's not.
He's not sleeping tonight,
No,
is he?
probably not.
Again, just wait for that caffeine crash.
It takes.
Marius, if he crashes on the walk tomorrow, would you be able to carry him?
Mhm.
He's light like paper.
Hey, well, watch over little mama like is a baby. I'll take care of him if he does.
Appreciate it.
I'll be fine.
X'd out.
Oh, you just,
And it'll be all right if you ain't.
you push it off by drinking more coffee.
That's
Like, I have a system. It's fine. Is it healthy? No. Like, it works.
Problem.
right.
50% of the time, it works every time.
The paperwork that is expected to take about an hour to fill out takes you about 15 minutes and is quite detailed, Edwin.
I don't think I've seen anybody write that fast.
I haven't either.
I don't have a handwriting check here.
And you could just do a general
Something
like
sliding.
intelligence.
Dexterity?
Edwin, give me an Arcana check, please,
Okay.
for your general answers and how
Watch
you
it
fill
be
out.
shit.
Oh, there it is.
It's not great.
Um,
Buddy, you're supposed to be good at that.
Yeah. be a bit too jittery with the copy there.
Fine.
So you got the answers right. She just can't read it.
Right. But hey, that's how they let you in. If you can't read it, that's what means you're a wizard. So
So you in 15 minutes filling it out, and then you spend about 30 minutes as she asks you various questions to clarify the handwriting that she can't see, that she can't read.
This is why you need comprehend languages, clearly.
I haven't got that one
Also,
yet.
some of it's probably just written in Elvish, others is in Common.
Oh.
He just flips every so often.
Why is it in...
Sorry, it's a habit.
Hmm,
He
you
is
may as well have
self-taught.
written this in old world glyphs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I can write in Draconic if you want.
That makes him a
I
shoe
have to deal with enough of that already.
Fair enough.
I bet you do.
Your scroll is filed away. You will hear a message back by magical communication within the next fortnight or so.
Well, it's a pleasure.
Pleasure is all... Well, not all mine. I'm not going to hoard it.
Ha! See what you. Okay. Just the. You get it because dragon. Okay.
Dragons hoard things, right?
Right, the shadows are getting long, though.
I suppose we need to start headed back.
gotta pick up our stuff and
pick up
get to
our
sleep.
things, have a meal, head back to the inn or the tavern, I suppose.
That sounds lovely.
You pick up your goods. They're all, as promised, wrapped up and ready for you. Edwin, you purchased an entire set of traveling clothes, right? That was wrapped
I
up in
mean,
the
he
cost
bought
of your-
boots. I think they just made him get the rest.
Okay.
More or less, yeah.
They gave you full measurements, and man, if the boots and clothes don't fit like gloves,
Gonna be a lot more comfortable now.
mostly
It's
it's your walking shoes that are gonna. But you got that and a nice cloak basically to keep the dust off of your nicer clothes.
He gets to wear 2 cloaks now.
You don't have to wear the traveling cloak,
But they made it.
but they did. They tailored it for you.
It'd be rude not to.
You see, now you have 2 cloaks. You're climbing up in the world.
I guess that is how wizards tell.
That's how wizards measure status.
I always assumed it was about hats.
Hat
However
pointiness
many.
and cloak count.
Yep.
It's a function, really, of the both.
When do you get a hat? So you don't have one. Does that make you were an apprentice?
I mean, not all wizards wear hats.
Why wouldn't you? Why aren't any of you wearing hats?
Do you see my hair? Do you think I'm getting any of this in a hat?
Look, I would
I mean,
wear.
there's her hair, there's Marius's horns. I mean, Gale could.
I mean, most of us get a helm standard, yes.
I spend most of my time indoors.
I suppose that makes sense.
So you're going to the Acorn for dinner, right?
I thought it was
The
a pine
spice
cone.
pine
Or
cone.
Spice Pine Cone, sorry. I
Yeah.
had several nut-based restaurants in my head. Alright, you approach the spice... As you're approaching the Spice Pine Cone, Gale, a bird... sorry. Man. Been sick, sorry. A large crow lands kind of unexpectedly on your
Oh.
shoulder,
Oh, hi.
and attached to its leg is a small
Oh.
scroll.
Oh, right. she'll reach for the scroll and take it. Thank you.
All right, and here we're going to briefly mute everybody but Gale.
Oh no. Oh, it's one of these.
Uh,
Oh man, I'm on this
You're not
side of
gonna
it
just
now.
immediately tell us what
You are.
to
Have fun.
Gale,
Yes.
you unravel the scroll, and it is signed with the emblem, the seal of the Grim Knights, and specifically the knight that you had traveled with, or that not sorry, not that you traveled with, but that had helped you escape Gatewatch, Alphonse Sturmkrieg. He writes to you. It's very quick, scratchy writing. It says, went back. All Valeran citizens in Gatewatch put to sword. No survivors. Wait for me, Tolminith. 2 days.
Okay, hang on. No survivors. What did he say after that? After the no survivors part?
Wait for me, Tolminith. 2 days.
Okay.
Alright, I'll undeafen everybody. And with that, we're going to call it for the night. Secret.
Oh man.
So, thank you guys
We called
for
it a
joining
secret.
us. All of you who have. It's great to see so many of you this Friday night. Hope you've had a good week. Hope you're going to have a great weekend. I did see Tales of Witternacht in chat. If you do happen to have the time, go. Even if you don't have the time, go check out their channel. Tales plays a great game of tabletop as well. Thank you very much. Hopefully we'll all lack stuffy noses and mild coughs by next session. We'll see you as planned next Friday. Good night.
Night.
Have a good night.